Good, bro. How you doing?
What how you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm looking at your live right now.
Yo, I literally just walked in from work like 5 minutes ago.
Really?
Yes, man. But everything's great. How you doing, though?
I'm doing well, man. I'm glad you could take the time. I know how it can be, getting off work and trying to get other things accomplished.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This is crazy. This is the life, huh? This is how we got to do it.
Heck yeah, you're from the big city, though, so you're used to it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, for sure.
Yep. And so, yeah, I hope you're, staying clean from COVID, safe from, everything else that's going on in the world.
Absolutely.
Critical times right now.
Yes, it's very crazy right now. I was just on the train, and I guess some guy got hit by the train. I don't know what happened, but I was underground for like a good 20 minutes just waiting there. I'm like, I need to get home. So I ran up the block and I made it just in time. So I'm happy.
Wow, I appreciate that. That's
yes, absolutely.
And so we can go ahead and get started here. Could you go ahead and start by introducing yourself? Let the people know who you are.
Of course. My name is Ryan Lane. Born and raised in New York City. Been doing music pretty much. I know it sounds very cliche, but my entire life. Since I can remember preschool, elementary school, it's just always been a part of my DNA. So, and ever since then, I've just been at it nonstop. So, and here I am now, still working at it. So, yeah.
Definitely. That's awesome stuff. And can you, you say you've been in music for a while. Can you kind of talk about kind of when music took that pivotal turn for you? It was like, okay, this is not just a hobby that I'm going to do this. This is not just a hobby for me. This is something I'm going to take serious. So can you kind of talk about that?
Absolutely. I remember as far back as I can remember, I remember junior high school. You have to, I was always in the arts. I was always in glee club and in dance groups and things like that. But, it wasn't really on like a broad scale. So I remember I was watching the Disney Channel at one point, and the Backstreet Boys was performing. And at the time, I was a huge Backstreet Boys fan. And I just saw 50 black boys walk on stage with the Backstreet Boys. And I was like, what school was that? What's going on? It was the Harlem Boys Choir. So at the time, I wasn't even old enough to attend the school, but I would always go to the library. We don't have libraries anymore, I don't think. I would always go to the library and practice how to fill out this high school application. And I would just keep on practicing. I went and auditioned. The next thing I know, I made the school. And then from there, I was like, okay, I'm about to be on the Disney Channel with the Backstreet Boys. And it went from the Backstreet Boys and to Whitney Houston, to Stevie Wonder, to Gladys. We performed with everybody. So from there on, I was like, okay, this is what I really want to do for the rest of my life. So it wasn't until like high school when I was like, okay, this is the real thing. You know what I'm saying? So ever since then, I've just been really just going even harder, I
love that. I love that story. It's like, I always love hearing people's success story and how things started. And, a lot of people see you on the flip side of things when your name is out there, when your artistry is out there, which is your music, things like that. And so people don't normally see the behind the scenes grind, the years that you put in.
Oh yeah.
And it's really neat to see that you dedicated your time to figuring out how to fill out an application to get into school. Yeah. And so that's incredible. And so now, years later, you're here, and can you talk about some of, you mentioned Whitney Houston, Backstreet Boys, things like that. Can you kind of talk about those experiences meeting those people and, some other collaborations and people that you probably met along the way as well?
Absolutely. Growing up as a kid, I wasn't really the kid that played video games a lot, to be honest with you. And I wasn't the kid who was really outside playing with the kids. I would have on my Walkman and just do my thing. I would be either locked in my room or still like on the stoop watching the kids play, but I would be in my own thing. You know, after getting into school and being able to perform with these people who I grew up listening to was just life changing for me. I was just really like, wow, like kind of like I made it, but didn't really like, you know, at 15 years old, we was like signing autographs backstage for other kids. You know what I'm saying? So being able to perform with these people, I was just really like, wow, like everything I've been working for is here. And as far as like, you know, moving forward, I've been able to work with so many people. Sting and Shaggy, which we won the actual Grammy for reggae album of the year in 2019. I've been working with Tori Harton from Power. Is that me? Or what's going on? I've been working with Notori. I've been working with a bunch of new up and coming artists, as well. I was also in an R&B group, so we had a chance to work with like Rodney Jerkins, Tank, Harvey Mason, Warren Campbell. It's just been like a dream to me that I just still wake up every day and I'm just blessed. Like, wow, like I've really been working at this and it's been paying off. I've been blessed over these years to be in these rooms and really like grow as an artist and express my gift and still be humble, but still just feel like, wow, like I'm here. You know what I mean? So it's been incredible. I'm still amazed by the people I meet. You know, I don't want to fan out and get too crazy, but I'm still always like, wow, like Sting knows my name. Like he just walked by me. Like it's man.
I definitely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, man. It's been amazing. It's been amazing, bro.
Definitely.
For sure.
And, to kind of piggyback off of that, kind of, you know, you mentioned you were 15 seeing some of these people.
Yeah.
And, you know, in your head, you're like, wow, like I've made it, you know, you're signing autographs and stuff. And so for younger generations who are coming up as well, in whatever fashion they may have, how can you basically tell them, you know, stay humble? Well, you know, I'll ask you this. How were you able to stay humble? How were you able to, you know, stay grounded and, you know that this is just a small part of where I'm headed?
I think a major thing that keeps me humble is like I just came from work. You know what I mean? The fact that I'm at work and everybody at work knows like there's a star in the building, but I feel like what keeps me humble is that I can still every day get up for work, live a normal life, and then still do things like this, or leave work and then hop on stage. And then the next day, I'll be right back at work. You know what I'm saying? So it lets me know that whatever I'm doing, the grind don't stop. You know what I'm saying? I got to keep on working, whether it's at my job, doing what I do there. And actually with my job, I'm a visual creator there as well. So it just all ties into each other, you know, but I just always try to just remain humble in that pocket and just know that, you know, I got to keep on working. Like it just don't stop. It don't stop. You know, there's always that extra step you have to get to. So I just stay there and I have a great support system. My friends, my family, they're always, you know, showing up for me and things like that. So I just keep on working. And these doors just keep on opening for me. So I just know that I'm in a great spot and I'm blessed and I have to be humble in order to, you know, keep on moving forward, you know, and staying busy.
Right. And there's always somebody out there coming to take your spot. So
there's always somebody out there that's coming to take your spot. So, you know,
that's always in the back.
I just have to keep on going.
Yep. And so
Absolutely.
Can you talk about some of your other skills that you have, which is, you know, writing and, you know, vocal production and stuff like that. Can you talk about that aspect of it? A lot of people are just, you know, one-dimensional. They can sing, they can rap, they can draw, but it seems here like you have multiple.
Yeah. I remember before in junior high school, once again, I had a teacher that saw things in me before I even knew I had it in myself, you know, and she always told me like, God gave you all these gifts, and if you don't use them, he's going to take them away from you. And I promise you, from there forward, whatever I can put my hand on and at least try to do, I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So beyond being a writer and being a vocal producer and doing things like that, I teach dance. I'm a dancer as well. My job, I do visual merchandising. So, you know, that's super hands-on with styling mannequins, building outfits, building windows and displays, and even within this time of the quarantine, and even before as a kid, I would make my own clothes, and I start painting recently and journaling, and honestly, whatever I can do to express myself creatively is what I've been doing. And it's almost like anything I put my hands on, it comes to goal because I put my best foot forward. You know what I'm saying? So whatever I can do, I just go for it. I go for it. I can say, oh, I'm a rapper. I'll write you a quick 16. I'm not a rapper, but you know, I'm gonna put my best foot forward, and you know, it'll make you do believe like this kid could actually rap, or you know what I'm saying? So whatever I do, I just whatever it is creative, I just put my best foot forward and just go with it. You know what I'm saying? So a little bit of everything, and it's very fulfilling as well. You know what I mean? Like it makes me feel like, wow, I can really do anything.
Definitely, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, before we wrap up, what what are some things that you would, you know, tell other people who are trying to do the same thing as you? You know, what are some inspiring words that you can give them?
You know, I would just really say, just create your own lane. You know, I feel like that's where a part of my name came from. Um, Ryan Lane. I was really at a point in my life where, you know, I wasn't really sure where I was going or what I was doing. And I had people in my ear, of course, like, you can't do this. You should do this. You shouldn't do this. Do that. And it got to a point where, like, I was so all over the place because I was just really hearing all of these voices. So it got to a point where I was like, yo, I don't care what nobody's saying to me. I just have to do what works for me. You know what I'm saying? There's people who I know who are artists right now who don't have a job, and that works for them. For me, being busy, having a job, but still being able to be creative and do what I do, I just got to a point where I created my own lane, and now I'm doing everything that I love to do and everything I want to do. So I would say, just do you. It's the best. Is the best form of advice I can give is do you and find what works for you, because we're all different. You know what I'm saying? We all come from different walks of life and all of that. So I would say just do you and just don't let the outside voices, you know, affect you. I do believe that opinions are great, depending on who they're coming from and how they come across, and constructive criticism. But I do feel like at the end of the day, you have to always listen to her inner voice and just move forward with what you feel and what you want.
Definitely, definitely. I definitely agree with that. And so,
Mm-hmm.
um, for Ryan Lane, is there any new projects or, you know, things that people can look forward to? And also, how can people plug in and, you know, get a hold of you?
Absolutely. There's a ton of new projects. As you know, I'm down with the Illtown Slugger family. There's a roster of artists who I've been working with and writing for. Um, Notori, her project is coming out. I wrote on that, a vocal producer as well. Sting and Shaggy is teaming up again for another album. I'm also a part of his Christmas album dropping in November, I believe. My own project as well. Um, just everything is on the up and up right now. And, you know, even though everything in the world is a little crazy right now, I've still been able to just stay creative and build these relationships. So there's a lot of stuff on the way. Everywhere you can find me at I am Ryan Lane, all one word, and Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Bigo, everywhere. It's that
TikTok,
one word, I
everything.
am Ryan Lane, TikTok, Voicey. Yeah, and I'm just out here. I'm out here. I feel great. You know, things are moving along and feeling good. Check out my song, the video. We got so much more new content and things on the way. So it's on. It's this thing I always say. It's on. It's on means it's on. It's all happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything's on the table. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Definitely.
I love it. I love it, Ryan. I appreciate you for your time and your
Yes.
hustle from your job to get over here.
Thank you. I rushed and I made it. So I appreciate you having me on, bro, for sure.
Heck yeah, you stay great and keep doing positive things. We're definitely men of color. We got to stick together and keep it.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah. But yeah,
I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. That's all the time that we have, but stay to it.
Thank you, bro. Have a good night, y'all. Be safe out there. Keep washing your hands.
For real, man. Keep
And
it
your
clean.
mask. And wear your mask.
All righty then.
All right, bro. Be safe.